And it says we should be live, actually.
All right. Good work.
Not bad.
All right. So in the last week, Paul, you've moved.
I have moved. So as you can see, I'll move out of the way of the camera a little bit. There's a bunch of shit where shelving and posters should be. So
It's like Darth Vader's in the closet.
as usual, he's
Okay.
right there.
Oh, there's some games in the closet.
Yep, there's 2 small shelves of games. That's only my Xbox 360 and PS3 era. PS2, PS1, all the like retro games and all that shit, they're somewhere. I don't know.
Are you actually gonna like display those on a shelf? The old stuff?
You know, I don't even know anymore. I might just leave them in a box when I find them.
Right. I feel like that because that's basically where I'm at. The stuff that's on a shelf is like current gen, and then everything else is just kind of boxed up.
I don't have a whole lot of room here either. Like, it's bigger than where I was, which is why things are starting to come out of storage, but it's still not big enough that I want to like have 20 shelves lining all my walls showing everything. So we'll see.
So yeah, that's the issue I'm having right now. So I only have my current gen stuff. But my mom wants what was I gonna say? My mom wants to start clearing up some shelving space back at her place, which is where the majority of my game collection is.
Sure.
And she keeps saying like, hey, when can I like send you boxes of your stuff, or when are you gonna take your stuff down? And like, I don't got space for that.
Don't nobody got space for that.
Yeah, I barely got space for what I have. It's like I can't just have random shelves anywhere.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So I believe she's boxing all that stuff up right now, which is sad, which is depressing when I go back and all my stuff's not on display.
Yep. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that for sure.
But one day when I get a bigger place, everything will be displayed nicely and it'll be like, wow, look at this.
Yeah, me
Look at
too.
all this stuff. Yep.
But for now, I got my Twitter mug out. See, it's a hashtag for the handle.
Wow, where does one even get that?
You know, I don't remember. I think it was an HMV on like a discount rack.
Amazing. That's a good grab.
It's not bad because, believe it or not, it's pretty easy to handle a cup of coffee from a hashtag.
That's the hashtag, right?
There's
That's
a
my thing.
place
Is
for my
I don't.
thumb right here or here if I want.
Yeah. I see cool mugs often, but I have no use for a mug because I don't like hot drinks.
Right.
So there's that. So it's like, well, I could put water in it, but it's like, or I could just leave the water in my water bottle and that'll hold more water.
Right.
So it's like, damn, can't get a cool mug.
I do like hot drinks, so I have a few mugs for sure.
No, and that makes sense.
I have a Darth Vader mug somewhere, but it's like unrealistic. It's like one of those big mug steins where it would hold like half a pot of coffee. So it's unrealistic to ever use it. It's like a display item.
Like kind of like a pint glass or like a bowl mug. Like you could put soup in it.
You could definitely put soup in it. Yeah, like
Okay.
probably
So like
a can of soup.
So it's more wide is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's unrealistic to drink from.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know exactly what you're talking about. All right, John is not on the episode this week. He is currently at PAX. It's happening right now.
Apparently, went live right before his Throne controllers. So
Amazing. That's great.
That's really, really bad timing, but okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So no one's listening to us this week live. That's fine.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But good luck to John. I think I saw him tweeting about panicking about stuff.
Yeah, apparently he lost a game that like they need for the show.
What did he lose? Did he say?
No, he wouldn't tweet that out, and I didn't bother like texting him or anything because I figured he's probably in like work mode right now. I don't really want to bug him.
Sure.
We can ask him when he comes back. Maybe TDP exclusive he'll give us.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll talk about it next week for sure.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, so PAX is happening.
Yep.
PAX is always a fun time. I haven't really heard any news out of PAX, but it's not really a news show, so that's pretty par for the course.
Yeah.
But so you've been moving last week. This last week, I went and saw Kubo and the Two Strings.
I hear it's so good.
It's really good. That movie's gorgeous. I mean, it's Leica. Leica's always great.
That's true.
And I keep talking to my friends like, hey, which Leica films have you seen? And most of them haven't seen any, and which is depressing. I have bad friends.
Yeah, that's true.
But Coraline's great. Paranorman, I love Paranorman.
I
That
like
movie's so
Coraline
fun.
better than Paranorman, but Paranorman's a
Okay.
good time too.
I remember Paranorman came out at around like the exact same time as Frankenweenie,
Yep.
and Frankenweenie I don't like,
Yeah,
but it
I
got so
remember.
much more marketing.
Yeah. That's too bad.
But anyways, yeah. So Kubo and the Two Strings looks gorgeous, super funny. So that's a good time. I recommend that movie. Go check it out. So there's the movie plug this week. Let's talk about video games because it's the top down perspective. It's September 4th. Hey, it's September.
Yep.
Ooh,
Remember
September.
the 4th of September.
Yep, that's it. That's the wording. That's the slogan. John is not here. Paul is here. Sean is here.
Yep.
Paul, why don't you talk about what you've been playing?
I've been playing the moving game more.
2 weeks in a row, moving game.
Yeah, so straight up, like, I'll just explain kind of how the move went, and you'll kind of understand a little bit more why I didn't really play anything. We moved Sunday, so that means my Friday, Saturday, Sunday days off. My Friday and Saturday were basically getting things prepped for the move Sunday. Move was Sunday, and then I worked a normal work week till 11 o'clock every night until Thursday. Then Friday, my mom and my brother came down, and they brought some more stuff, and we've been kind of hanging out and moving this Friday and Saturday, and now we're here Sunday. So I just haven't had time to play anything more than Picross on my phone still.
Is there a new Picross game on the phone?
No, there isn't.
Oh, which Picross is this?
It's the one I said that has like 3,000 puzzles and they keep building on it. So,
Is it just called is it just on Android? What is the title of this Picross game? I can't remember.
yeah, I can't remember either. It's like Logic Puzzle or something like that. I will quickly find it on my phone. It's called Logic Square, and I'll see if I can... No, it's not going to zoom in properly because of the weird light thing. It's by Dev Square.
Dev
or
Square.
whatever.
I'm gonna see if this is on my phone. Although I can
Logic
tell you,
Square.
I don't really need more Picross right now.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But I'm gonna see if it's on iOS. Logic Square. Is it any different, or is it just Picross
It's
with a different
Picross.
name?
Yeah, it's just straight up Picross. You have the big puzzles that are like a bunch of... Here, I'll just start up a game. So you have...
Oh
like,
yeah, this is definitely on
iOS.
iOS. We have Logic Square and we have Logic Square Plus, which is $1.
I bet Plus is without ads because I have the free one and there's ads every time you finish a puzzle.
Okay. I'm gonna try and see what the difference is. Details. This is an ad-free version. Okay, so it's $1 for the ad-free version.
Right. So like...
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and download Logic Square.
It's pretty much Picross. You have your... I'll just pull up one of these things here. You have like one of your boards that is like each puzzle is a different little picture. You have a big mode where it's a giant picture and every part of the grid is like its own puzzle.
Right. Yeah, I remember John mentioning those during those Picross e-games.
Mm-hmm.
Picross or Picross?
You know, I don't know. I call it Picross.
Picross? Okay. I think I was always Picross, but I gotta go back and listen to that direct and see what they were referring to them as.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
Right.
I mean, the reason I never talk about that too much, except for every now and then, is because I probably play a couple hours of that every day. Just between if I'm on the bus, I'll play a bit of it. When I'm waiting for something to do at work, I'll play a bit of it. Even if I'm on the toilet or something, I'll play a bit of it. Whatever.
Sure.
It's Picross, right?
What did we do
a puzzle.
before phones?
Probably more productive things. Honestly.
I guess so. Reading books.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've been playing some games.
Okay.
I'm gonna start off with this one that I know you're gonna like.
Yeah, I do like
Hidden My Game by Mom.
That was not what I thought you were gonna say.
Oh,
okay.
but I know you're gonna like it.
I don't actually know what this is.
Good. Okay, so Hidden My Game by Mom, which
Yeah.
is a weird title. It's I don't even know how to describe this. It's like a it's like an I Spy book, I guess. It's like a really light I Spy book that's just unfair and silly, and it's also super Japanese, so it's like that kind of silly. So let me break down this for you. You're playing a DS, and your mom doesn't want you to, so she hides your DS in the room. And every stage is like a new room layout, and you just need to find where it is. So let's say the room is like there's a couch, and you can kind of see like, oh, it's under the couch. I can basically see it there, but you can't reach it. So you need to look around. Oh, there's a stick here. You hit the stick. Now it's in your inventory. It's like it's kind of adventure gamey now that I think about it. You use the stick on the couch. You can now hit the game out from under the couch. You complete level 1 or whatever. But then it gets really weird. Like, okay, in this one, there is a curtain in front of the window. There is a couch. There's an alligator.
Right.
And
As
a
they
stick.
are. Okay.
Yeah. So you're like, huh, that's weird. Let's tap it on the couch. Nothing happens to the couch. Tap on the curtain. Oh, my mom's behind the curtain. Game over.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're like, okay, so let's try that again. I won't hit the curtain this time. I'll grab the stick though. Use the stick on the alligator to hold its mouth open because my game was in the alligator's mouth.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think would be in there? Your mom? Come on.
No. Sometimes that'll happen too.
Oh, okay.
Or you'll just be like, hey, there's a bunch of pots here. I'm going to break some of these pots. Oh, there was a snake in the pot. Game over. Or you'll have to do stuff like there's an old man, and if you give him something, he's going to hit. If you give him a stick, because you're like, well, what happens if I give the old man the stick? He just hits you with it. Game over. But if you give him enough water, he has to go to the bathroom, and he was sitting on your game.
Right. Okay. What's this on?
This is on iOS. I don't know if it's on
Okay.
Android. You should look it up because the developer actually has a whole bunch of weird games. The developer is Japanese, so I'm not sure if the title is just like poorly translated. Like I think he might be in on the joke though, because all of these little games are super just silly and fun.
Okay. Hidden My Game by Mom.
But yeah, Hidden My Game by Mom. Let me see if I can quickly load up what the developer's name is. I want to check out some of their other games because, like I said, there's a whole bunch. It's free on iOS, by the way, so I definitely recommend it. It's pretty quick, only 30 levels, and it actually has like an ending, which is pretty funny. The whole game is pretty funny. Like I was actually like giggling out loud.
By Hap Inc. Is this
Yes,
it right
by
here?
Hap Inc. That's the game.
Okay.
You should download it. And report back. I want to hear what you think of Hidden My Game by Mom. Anyways, it's a weird little thing. The icon's pretty funny. It's just like a kid like being like,
Yeah.
Can't really see it. But,
Yeah. Cameras have a hard time. Well, I mean, if we let them take their time to sharpen.
Well, not my camera. I don't think my camera can do that. But
Oh, is yours the Xbox one?
always.
Nice.
Anyway, so yeah, that's a pretty silly game. I recommend it. It's pretty funny. Okay, the next game I've been playing, Doom.
Yeah.
This is the remake from 2016, Doom.
What are you
Started
playing
up
it
this
on?
week. Xbox One.
Okay.
Runs great. That's
Yeah.
a fast game.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just not used to that movement speed.
What do you think?
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It is such a fast-paced game. Like I'm just like shooting shotgun stuff, but now I can shoot like an explosive shotgun thing, and then the chainsaw's pretty good. The glory kills are pretty good. The music's pretty ridiculous. Your character's pretty ridiculous. How you just like crack your knuckles and then punch the thing broken or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
so good.
It's really fun. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I'm not too far. I just finished. I just finished level 3. What was the last weapon I got? I got the rocket launcher.
Okay. What
So
did
far,
you
I
think of the like modifying weapons?
Yeah, so far I typically use the shotgun as my
Yeah.
primary weapon with the explosive rounds on it.
Yeah.
Um,
Pretty good.
and then I like the the machine gun with like the 6 like mini rockets. Those are pretty good. I got a question for you though, because I don't know how this works. So for the explosive rounds on the shotgun, when you're upgrading the explosive part, you get 3 upgrades, and then there's a bottom one.
And
the bottom one is like, I guess to get it, I need to get 20 direct hits on imps.
Okay.
That's what it says. What's the? Because I keep shooting guys. What's an imp?
Maybe I'm not shooting an imp. The imps are the basic guys that like throw fireballs at you.
Okay, I could have sworn I was hitting those guys, but I don't know. I guess I'll have to like get up in their face. Maybe I wasn't hitting those ones. But okay, good to know. But yeah, that's a good time. I want to play more of it. I hear it's long. Do you know how long it is?
I have no idea. I haven't finished it. I've actually been considering going back to it this week. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. How far into it are you? Do you know how many levels approximately?
Probably a bit further than you, maybe 5.
Okay. Yeah, I hear it's a long. I'm gonna quickly look up how long it is to beat Doom.
What do you think of how they deal with like getting health and weapon or ammo and stuff back?
You mean just by like glory kills typically gives you health, and then ammo you want to use the chainsaw. Yeah, no, it's a good way of like forcing you to kind of use everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, so I like it. Okay, so the game is 11 and a half hours, it seems, for main story.
Okay, I'm about probably 4, so I'm not halfway yet even.
Yeah, I'm probably around 3 or 4 myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, good game. That chainsaw is super cool, and I just like how like sorry, still getting over a cold. I just like how like video gamey it is. Like you're getting straight up card keys. It's got the yellow card key now. All right, those are the yellow doors.
You can get the little figures as well, like collectibles and stuff.
Yeah, I've only found one of those so far.
Yeah.
So I need to look around more for that. But anyway, yeah, that game just kind of knows that it's a video game, and it's like heavy metal and just like pentagrams and blood everywhere. And
I love it.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun. It's Doom for this generation of like console and computer and stuff. It's great.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be playing more of that this week for sure.
Yeah.
And then the last game I've been playing, and I just bring it up because I just want to say like I'm super close to beating it. Zero Time Dilemma.
Okay.
I'm at the point for anyone who's played this game where I've done all of the puzzle rooms, and now it's just a matter of like getting the bits of info, getting myself killed, and then going down a different timeline or whatever with the info I have. And I'm just kind of tying up all the loose ends.
It's just completion now, basically. Like completing everything.
But for these games, that's half the game.
Yeah.
It's this completion part of like filling in the blanks. So how long to beat is saying it's about 21 hours. And my clock says I'm around 17. So I'm probably gonna finish that up tonight.
Cool.
Mainly because I want that out of the way so I can get to Picross 3D 2, which came out this week.
Yeah.
So actually, that's a good transition. Let's go over to news.
Yeah, for sure.
And I guess we'll just jump straight. So there was Nintendo Direct. They just dropped
bombs.
Picross 3D 2.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for that. $30 in America, 45 in Canada. I hate my 3DS that it's still a Canadian 3DS.
Oh God, yeah, that sucks.
I hate that my account is stuck on that region. Oh God, it's so annoying. Speaking of prices, though, I did just order 2 years of PlayStation Plus.
Okay.
Because I was like, isn't the price going up like yesterday or something? Like it's really soon. Sometimes I thought it was September 3rd. I couldn't remember. So on like Friday, I ordered 2 years worth of it at the slightly cheaper price. So I'm set for a bit. Don't have to deal with that $20 price increase.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I haven't actually played any Picross 3D 2 yet. I so want to, because I've said it on the show many times. 3D is my favorite Picross.
Oh, for sure. I like it too.
Yeah, I have it downloaded. I just didn't want to get into it because I'm already playing like a puzzle game and a handheld one. I just want to get this finished so I can get to that too.
Right.
And all of this, of course, is putting Ace Attorney is still on hold. One day I will
Right.
return to Ace Attorney and finally catch up with that series, but not when these games just keep coming out. Okay, so I don't have it in the doc because I was just sent a press release from Nintendo, so I'm just gonna go down the press release because I had all the
Okay.
Nintendo Direct news. This isn't in order of the Direct. I think it's in order of what they think
Is important.
Is important.
Yeah, for sure.
So starting at the top, they announced Pikmin for the 3DS. Name they don't have a name for it yet.
Okay.
And I'm gonna quickly blow my nose because I am sick.
Sure. I can't remember if you're like a big Pikmin fan, but I personally am not really. I've never really cared about Pikmin at all.
Why do you hate Pikmin? What did Pikmin do to you?
It's just not a good game. I just don't like that style of game. It's kind of the same thing with like Overlord was similar to that too. And I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. And then half an hour I uninstalled it. Like, I just don't like that type of game really.
Okay. I played a bit of 1, got stressed out.
Okay.
Did not touch 2.
Yeah.
And played and reviewed all of 3 and enjoyed 3.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say I like Pikmin.
Sure.
Probably have to give 1 a second chance, but anyways, this it's a side-scrolling version of Pikmin.
Okay.
Yeah, it says a new side-scrolling Pikmin adventure game, unlike Pikmin games of the past, is coming to the 3DS. You touch the screen where you want to throw them. It's designed as an action game that makes players think fast and use every Pikmin to overcome anything that stands in their way. Game is scheduled to launch 2017. So it's not even going to straight up be your standard like Pikmin kind of exploring. It seems like it's just going to be kind of an action game, like a puzzle thing. Like if you walk into the water, you're going to need the blue guys.
Okay.
Pikmin. So we'll see if that's any good.
That might be enough to like as a small thing. That might be something I could look into, maybe.
Okay. All right.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right. The next one on here, it just says The Legend of Zelda.
Sure.
Which I don't remember them talking much about Legend of Zelda.
Well,
also, this is the
whole
worst email ever. It's
there's
doing
that
the
whole
thing
amiibo line now.
Right. We'll get into that. I want to complain about this email first. Okay. It's doing that thing that like Notepad does, where it doesn't start a second line. Until you like hit enter. So like I'm literally I could have my whole page maximized and I still can't see the end of like the section.
Oh fuck.
I can't even see half of the email horizontally, but I can see the bottom of it. That's just this sucks.
That's poor.
This is not great. Anyway, so let's see what they said in here. I guess it's Legend of Zelda's 30th anniversary.
Yep.
So because of that, Skyward Sword is on the Virtual Console for Wii U.
Okay. Yep.
Let's see. This holiday season, Nintendo is going to release 4 special amiibo figures. We're going to get 8-bit Link, Ocarina of Time Link, which I actually think looks really nice. And a 2-pack. This is the jam right here. This 2-pack of Wind Waker, Link, and Zelda.
I think it's kind of cool looking. Sure.
The Ocarina one, or you think the Wind Waker one?
No, I like the Ocarina one.
Okay, sure. I like the Ocarina one and the Wind Waker one. I just love Ocarina. That Zelda, I would have preferred if it was a Tetra figure.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because, like, we already have a Zelda figure.
Yeah.
Give us a Tetra figure. Tetra was badass. But anyway, I might pick up an amiibo because I like Wind Waker so much. I might get that 2.
Okay.
I only really want the Link one. No, that Zelda one. Yeah, that 2-pack is pretty good. I might finally pick up, like, actually spend money on some amiibos, which
cool.
makes me a bad person.
I mean, yeah, that's not the only thing, but it doesn't help. Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, what's the original game that launched Zelda franchise is included in that Nest thing. Okay, we already knew that. Thanks for that update. Great.
Yeah.
All right. Next thing. I don't really think this is third most important, but Mario Sports Superstars.
That should have maybe been the bottom. Maybe.
The bottom they have is that new 3DS that's purple.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, this is more important than that. Okay. Anyway.
5 sport compilation launch next spring. Games include baseball, tennis, golf, horse racing, and 11 on 11 soccer.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm pretty sure all of these, except horse racing, have had their own Mario game.
Yeah, you're probably right, actually.
Maybe not 11 on 11 soccer, but anyway, yeah, we've had Soccer Mario, we've had Baseball Mario, we've definitely had Tennis and Golf Mario, but now you can do horse racing.
Okay.
So there's that. Super Mario. Okay, here's one. This is a pretty big one. Super Mario Maker for the 3DS.
Yeah.
Seems like a no-brainer. Seems like a great move.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't share levels online.
That's a Nintendo misstep. Yeah.
That is amazing.
I mean,
that is amazing.
It's Nintendo. Did you expect any less for them to fuck that up?
Yeah. No. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like that is like the thing for that game.
Yep.
And they're saying, nah, I'm good.
I agree with you. It's really, really bad.
So you can transfer levels locally, and I guess you can pick up people's levels through Street Pass, which that one's kind of cool. The Street Pass one is cool.
Yeah, I like that, actually.
But yeah, and you also, there's no bookmark features. You can't do anything. Someone's asking in the chat, can you send levels to your Wii U? I don't believe so. Let's see what this press release says. It says, now Nintendo 3DS owners will have access to the near unlimited wealth of Super Mario courses to play. Players can also create courses with nearly all the tools available in the Wii U version. Oh yeah, they said no costumes. None of those are coming across.
Homer just says Nintendo went and made the Mario Maker game everyone was afraid they were going to make in the first place.
That's true. That is totally true. In a feature unique to the 3DS, friends who each have their own game and system can collaborate on level designs.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I do like that.
Again, it's only local.
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
Can't be shared online. Players can connect to the internet to download and play select courses from the Wii U version.
Okay.
So I guess if you and your buddy have both versions of the game, you could theoretically make it on the Wii U and then play it on the 3DS.
Which, I mean, you probably will, right? Like, people that are into Mario Maker, like, that's just a thing. It's probably going to happen.
Yeah, sure. This should have online.
Yeah.
There is no excuse.
There is no excuse.
This is insane. Moving along, Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World. So Woolly World is coming over to the 3DS. They're also releasing a Poochie amiibo.
Yep.
It's also yarn.
I'm down. That's cool.
Yeah, that game was fine. That's a fine game, sure. The Mii Plaza got an update. Finally, you can get more than 10 people at the gate.
Oh, thank fucking... now I really wish we were at PAX.
You can get 100 people.
Oh, that's so good.
I think you have to pay for that, though.
I probably would.
Really? Would you?
Definitely if I was at PAX, I would.
Because the Mii Plaza, they have their like premium, right? Yeah, okay, let me just read this. A new update adds a quick plaza to streamline Street Pass gameplay. Street Pass Mii Plaza premium members can now use the new line feature to hold up to 100 encountered players. 100 encountered players Mii characters instead of 10. So it looks like you need premium. I can't remember how much premium is. I think it's like $5 or something.
That's totally worth it to me. Like, if I'm at a convention, that was the worst part. Is that, like, you'd be, like, say, in a lineup for Giant Bomb or whatever, right? You're there for 2 hours anyway. Like, give me 100 people I can just go through right now.
Yep.
Instead of 10.
And apparently it's also faster. Like, you don't need to talk to them and shake every single one of their hands and ask what their favorite color is and let them know if you think their Mii looks good. I think you can kind of streamline it through, like... I think you can basically, like, just kind of grind these people through it. Just, move along.
Get in line.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to grind people.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Along with that, 5 new fast-paced Street Pass games are also launching.
Oh, I don't care about that.
I think this is the Canadian price for like around $4.
Okay.
One interesting thing though is you can download. So here's the 5 new ones.
Okay.
Slot Car Rivals.
Okay.
Market Crashers. Slot Car Rivals is some kind of racing game.
Uh-huh.
Market Crashers has something to do with stock prices, so you know it's fun.
Okay.
Feed Me is some cooking one.
Okay.
Me Trek, which I don't remember what that one was.
Okay.
Maybe it's a space thing because like Star Trek.
Maybe. I don't know.
And then Ninja Launcher.
That sounds dope. I want to launch ninjas.
Anyone who downloads the update can choose to get either Slot Car Rivals or Market Crashers for free.
Oh, you got to go Market Crashers, man. Get those stocks.
I don't know. Which one do I get? Which one do I get, people? Do I get Market Crashers, play with some stocks, or do I get a racing one?
You got to go
play
with the
cars?
stocks. Stocks each time.
The 4 new games are available in a special discounted bundle for about $12.
Okay.
And I think if you get like a free one, it's still a good deal if you buy the rest. So in the chat, I'm seeing 2 people. One guy says Slot Car Rivals is cool. Another guy says Market Crashers and Slot Car Rivals are fun. So that's 2-1. Please tell me which one I should pick up, because I plan to spend no money on the Me Plaza.
Fair enough. I don't mind spending money for dumb little shit like that. So I'll look into them, but like we'll see.
Do you have any of the other ones? Because I know John buys all of those games.
No, I didn't get those, but like I'm big into the badge arcade. I check that every now and then to see if there's any new badges. Oh yeah.
Oh wow. How much money did you
I like
put
the
into
crane game. Whatever 20 plays is $5, I think.
Okay.
Does that sound about right? Yeah.
I have no idea because there's no way I would put money into that.
Fair enough.
But
I like the crane game, man. It's so good.
Oh, sure. All right. Okay, cool. Coming up next, Picross 3D2.
Yeah.
Already talked about it. It's great. You should probably just go buy it.
Instant buy, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Instant buy. This is like a Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix level of instant buy right there. Like
honestly, it's higher for me.
Really?
Picross? Okay. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I love
that's Picross. A hard one for me. I don't know which one I would go with. I think Rhythm Heaven. Anyway.
Okay, fair enough.
Ever Oasis. That was a game announced a while back. It's like an RPG kind of looking thing.
Yeah.
I don't think they really talked much more about it besides... Yeah, they're just kind of talking about plot and stuff. Players must head into the desert and locate dungeons. Aliens with specific weapons and unique skills. Anyway. Tank Troopers. This is a newly announced game. You can customize a tank, and then you like fight tanks.
Okay, cool.
This thing is coming. The game offers a 6-person multiplayer mode. That's cool.
Cool.
Phoenix Wright, new Phoenix Wright is coming out. There's already a demo for that.
Yep.
My 3DS, because I have it set to download recommended software,
just automatically does.
It automatically downloaded an icon for the demo, and when I select it, it asks me, "Hey, if you want to play the demo, you got to go to download it on the store. Do you want to do that?" And I was like, "No, I'm good." So then I have to delete that icon off my thing. That's just so I turned that off immediately. That's the worst thing ever.
Oh, is that what does that? I was wondering.
Yeah. You can go to the settings, and then like in internet settings, you can tell to stop doing that.
Okay, I got to do that too.
Yep. Hyrule Warriors Legends is still a thing that probably sucks. Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks characters are coming. Animal Crossing New Leaf, the 2013 game. Yeah, it's going to get an update this fall.
Okay.
What are they adding? There's more amiibo cards coming.
Great.
You can also watch... 50 new cards are coming on December 2nd.
Okay.
Cards feature villagers who did not appear originally.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's a thing. It's called... The update is called Animal Crossing New Leaf Welcome Amiibo.
Of course it is.
There's an Animal Crossing mini direct coming this fall. More Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Sure.
We talked about that. There's something about a Rattata and a Snorlax.
Great. I like Snorlax. I relate.
Sure. Mario Party Star Rush is a Mario Party game.
Lame. All right.
Yep. Dragon Quest VII is still coming.
Cool. Yep.
Sonic Boom Fire and Ice is the name of a game.
Yep, that's true.
Yokai Watch 2 is also the name of a game.
Yokai Watch is okay, I guess.
All right. Okay, well, they got 2 of those coming. You can get Bony Spirits or Fleshy Souls. and some
Gross.
spirits will be in one, and some spirits will be in the other. Just like Pokemon. So you should probably buy both of them.
You can't call things fleshy. That's a bad word.
Fleshy.
That's a bad word.
What about bony?
Bony's okay. Bony's okay.
Bony's okay? Okay. Yeah. Well, don't pick up fleshy souls then. Pick up bony spirits.
Okay, will do.
Disney Magical World 2 lets you live your dream life alongside classic Disney characters.
Okay.
Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse launches in a couple weeks.
Okay.
And there's a new purple 3DS that looks like a galaxy.
That sounds cool. I like purple.
Yeah, Reggie was like, "Where's my new 3DS?" And he got really angry. And then, that other dude, what's the other guy on the Direct's name? Like the brunette guy.
Oh, I don't know.
He got accidentally shipped to an island, and he got a really long beard.
Yep.
And then he could make things levitate. So that was the Nintendo Direct for you.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
That's okay. A couple small bits of news. Walking Dead Season 3 from Telltale, because I just can't seem to quit this company.
Sure.
Please, someone save me from this prison.
Save me from this nothing I've become.
Basically. Walking Dead Season 3, titled A New Frontier,
okay,
comes out. Please tell me the
probably
release
soon.
date. I think it's... I thought this whole thing was about the release date. Premieres this November. There we go. All right, November. I can wait. I'll be honest. Firewatch is coming to Xbox One on September 21st. That's a good game.
That is a good game.
Cool game.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, so that was the news. It was basically Nintendo. Some cool announcements, but honestly, what we should take from it is Picross 3D 2 is out in North America now.
Yep.
So everyone should thank Nintendo.
Purple
Let's
DS
go
is
on
pretty
to
dope.
questions.
Yeah.
Sure. I actually do think it's nice. Like if I was getting the 3DS XL,
yeah,
I might get that one. That's a cool looking one. And
I
like
totally
purple.
would.
So
me too.
But at this point, might as well just wait for the NX.
Yeah, at least to see what that is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so questions. topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, Facebook group, Reddit thread, John's P.O. Box.
Yes. All of these things and more. Actually, not more. Just those.
Paul, why don't you take this first one?
Yeah, Bob wrote in and said, is there a game that you can always go back to and enjoy playing? For me, it is the Metal Gear games, the Solids specifically. I really like those.
Okay.
Resident Evil. That's not a Solid game, but...
Just asking, do you like the Acid games?
It's yeah, they're interesting, but I don't go back and replay them. So
okay.
Resident Evil, I really like. Picross.
Sure. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't really go back to games that much. But if I were, Burnout Paradise is always great.
Yeah.
At the moment, just Overwatch.
Yeah.
I still just get urges of man, I haven't finished Doom, but I could be playing some Overwatch right now.
Sure.
I could be playing some Overwatch right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the weekly brawl is all lady characters, which is great because I love Mei and Tracer. So I was like, yeah, let's do this.
Sure.
Also, that new map is out now, I believe.
Oh, okay. I gotta try that out still.
Yeah. So what am I doing here? I should be in there randomly hoping that I get matched on that map.
It's true.
That's what I'm going to do after this. Sorry, Zero Time Dilemma. Overwatch is really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. He has more to this question. He has a few in here.
Okay.
Last year while in university, I got 3 concussions in an 8-month span. This was due to the fact that while intoxicated, I sometimes got the urge to headbutt things. For my own personal safety, I've since stopped drinking. So my question is, do you have any strange quirks while drunk?
I don't.
I get angry.
You're an angry drunk?
I can be. Not if it's a gradual having beer with friends stuff, but if it's a hard fast I drank some whiskey and it's hitting me, I'm ready to fight. That's why actually I don't drink hard alcohol anymore, because it got to some bad situations.
Okay. Well, this guy, maybe he was getting angry too. Or maybe they were friendly headbutts. I don't Who knows? I have no idea what the scenario was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't have anything. I don't really drink. So
Yeah, fair enough. I finally caved and decided to play a Souls game. What do you recommend I start with? I mean, I recommend you start with Demon Souls if you can, because that's the hardest one to really get into. However, if you want just like to streamline your experience, you should start with Dark Souls 1.
Okay. Those are great, like, bad answers, but do you want to know what the correct answer is? Because I'll tell you.
Uh-huh.
It's Yokai Watch 2 Fleshy Souls.
God damn it. You should not do that. Never Fleshy Souls. If we had...
That's the actual answer.
If we had podcast titles, this one would be episode whatever, Fleshy Soul.
Fleshy Souls.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And what is your favorite meme?
Ted Cruz is the Zodiac Killer is pretty funny.
I really like oh shit, that boy.
Dat Boy is pretty good.
Dat Boy is pretty good.
I feel like it's definitely like died down. Like I rarely see some Dat Boy, but I was pretty into Dat Boy for a while.
I do like seeing that frog just pop up randomly.
Stupid frog. It's never not funny.
It's true. It's true.
Charles writes in, what is your opinion on Suda 51 games?
I love them. I fucking love it. The Suda games.
What's some of your favorite?
He did Shadows of the Damned, right? Or at least worked
that's
on
what
it.
I was gonna say. Shadows of the Dam is so good.
Like that is actually probably my favorite. I tried to go back to Killer 7, and I know John would like hunt me down when he hears me say this, but that game's not that good. Like it doesn't control well. It's very dated, which is too bad because like the content in it is amazing, but it's hard to get to.
No More Heroes is great.
No More Hero games are okay. I don't mind them at all. I didn't get as sucked into them as a lot of people did, but that might have just been the time and place I was in when I tried playing them. I never played Diabolical Pitch, and I always wanted to because it's like a baseball game that they did with the Kinect.
Oh, you're right. Yes, I remember this now. That's hilarious. I should look into that.
Yeah.
Lollipop Chainsaw. Never played that.
Lollipop Chainsaw is very good in my opinion. I like it.
Okay. All right. He is currently working on a PlayStation 4 game called Let It Die and a Microsoft Windows game. I'm assuming that's what Wikipedia... No, because they have PC separately. A Microsoft Windows game called The Silver Case.
Okay.
Oh, he did that Liberation Maiden... Sin. Wasn't there like a weird 3DS Liberation Maiden game? Hang on. Yeah, Liberation Maiden. He also did that for the 3DS and iOS.
I don't know those at all.
Those are these tiny little games. I remember they talked about them in a direct a couple years ago. But yeah, Suda 51 is cool.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Hank. I'm wondering if that's the Hank I think it is. Wrote in and said... The last week, the talk about the Ninja Turtles got my brain thinking, in particular the talk about how boring Leonardo was in the original cartoon. Well, in the current IDW comics... Okay, this is I'm 3D Homer. Well, in the current IDW comic series, one of the best single issues is the Leonardo solo issue. That's not to say he's the best overall in the series either, but if I were to point someone to that specific issue so they could get what's great about the series, it would be that one. My mind also turned to Cyclops, who was the worst on the 90s X-Men cartoon, not much better in the comics up to that point, but over the last decade, last decades of comics has been transformed by writers into a great anti-hero character and one of my favorites. So my question is, what boring or lame character would you want to see get reworked into something compelling? Or alternatively, a character you think has potential but has only been used in boring ways? Of course, every time Homer writes in, I have to think. God damn it.
I've heard really good things about that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic, just saying. And also, I agree, Cyclops is a lot cooler now. Ever since he like killed Professor Xavier.
You and he should, like, I know we've had him guest on TDP a few times when you've been gone. You and him, I think, would get along. You're both into comics quite a bit, so
Comics are cool.
they're good. Boring or lame character get reworked into something compelling.
I feel like they could do more with Tom Nook
Sure.
because there's a dark backstory to that guy.
Uh-huh.
So they should do more with him.
Agreed.
I just have Animal Crossing on the mind. There's a lot of really good characters in Animal Crossing that they don't do enough with. Actually, okay, I'll finish Animal Crossing.
Uh-huh.
The turtle that drives you to the island. What's up with that guy?
Okay. What's his backstory?
Mr. Rossetti,
Yeah.
always hilarious. What's going on with that guy?
Okay.
Shifting games. Zelda, I want more Tingle. I feel like there's so much potential for a middle-aged guy that hangs around and talks about fairies.
Didn't he have his own full game?
Yeah, it was like a puzzle game in Japan or something.
Yeah. I
There's
know
two of them, I
Nathan
think.
liked it a lot.
Okay. I don't know if it had any like plot or character development whatsoever. I doubt it. I think it was just a puzzle game. But I'm gonna specifically say Tingle. And you know everyone's gonna say Waluigi.
Yeah, I mean, that's because
everyone's gonna say that.
John and his fan base, that's like a thing with them for sure.
Right. And just that he hasn't had a game of his own.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So
I'll just piggyback on your answers. I don't know. I guess I don't really like stick with something if I find the characters inherently boring. So, like for X-Men, it was just like, oh, Cyclops is in this one. I guess I'm not gonna like watch this or read this like as the main focus.
It's cold. Damn.
Yeah.
I understand. I understand though. Jordan says, Sean, I live in Houston and can confirm the weather here is the actual worst. I love it, but the weather is awful. For John, but anyone else can answer. It's going to be only everyone else.
Yeah.
What's the single game you own the most copies of?
You know what's funny is that when I was at John's house last week, I asked him this question.
Okay. All right.
He couldn't give me an answer because the most copies he owns of a game is 3, and he has multiple things that he has 3 of because like fans and people give him like the same copies over and over, and he tries to give them.
What were some of the games?
Superman 64 was definitely one that he had a few of at one time, but the thing he said is that he tries to give like extra copies out to friends or like sell them at like, or like put them in a pawn shop or something because like he can't, he honestly doesn't have room for like 20 copies of anything. Like he barely has room as it is for 1 copy of everything he has. Right. So yeah, he tries to get rid of doubles as quickly as possible and pawn them off on other people. So yeah, Superman 64 was definitely one. I think he has a few Mario games that are just like a couple of copies of those.
I feel like everyone has like the original Super Mario Brothers on like 8 different platforms somehow. True. I think that I like specifically went out of my way to get. It's probably Burnout Paradise because I know I have the PC version and then 2 physical, like 1 each for 360 and PlayStation 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's probably that for me.
Probably the Resident Evil HD remake or whatever. Because if you don't consider the HD part, I have the original GameCube one. I have it on PC and I have it on PlayStation Network as well. Both the normal version and the Japanese version.
Okay.
Because the normal version was actually just in that Humble Bundle. The PS3.
Oh, did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, you're up.
Jaren writes in and says, hearing the news of new Dark Souls 3 DLC, I finally put some time in and finished the game. After that, I was on a Dark Souls high and decided to finish Dark Souls 2 as well. I was amazed how easy it was compared to its predecessors. I still enjoy the game, but the difference in difficulty has hurt my experience. So has the game ever been ruined by being too easy?
Yeah, I read this question earlier and I was like, I feel like I've even reviewed games that were just like, this is too easy.
And I don't want to play it anymore because of that.
But just like, but I can't even figure out what came to mind.
He is right. Dark Souls 2 is amazingly easy compared to the other ones.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of a bummer, but I played Dark Souls 2 when it came out, so I was part of the zeitgeist anyway, so it was still fresh.
I can definitely think the other way around, because I remember thinking like No More Heroes was really hard. That was too easy. Too easy.
I get bored of Mario games a lot because I find a lot of them too easy for too long, and then they get pretty difficult by the end.
I feel like a lot of the recent Marios, you have to they are super easy, but that's why they have like the 3 gold coins in each one of them now.
Yeah.
And those are usually like where the actual challenge comes in.
Yeah, it's true.
The only thing coming to mind right now is TMNT for the 360 and PS3.
Okay.
You know, the movie game based on that CG Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, because that was like a good Prince of Persia clone, but like kind of for kids, so it was just stupid easy. And I like Prince of Persia, so that could have been better.
Yeah, fair enough. I agree.
All right, Joiner Fusion says, ever since I got a Steam account a month or so back, woefully behind the times, I'm afraid, I've been more and more open to PC gaming as a possibility. However, the very second game I played, so you can understand the problem a little better, it was Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1. Revealed a rather painful shortcoming. They chug, and they're not even current gen. I suspect it has something to do with my graphics card, as I have what I believe to be a decent amount of RAM. However, I have no idea how to compare to one another. So simply listing them on any game system requirements, as every PC game does nothing for me. How do I know which card is good and which is bad? Do I base it on price, or is there something I'm not seeing on the details of the box? Or is it a completely unrelated in my case, to which I ask, what determines whether a game runs well on a PC or not? I think this is a great question because I'm always asking this. And I was talking to you for the past little bit about this when I ran into the Batman game. This is why I don't play a lot of PC games, because on the console, I know it's going to work. 100% of the time, I know it's going to work. And even with like new consoles coming out, I don't need to worry about like, do I need these parts? Do I need this? I know this is the one thing I need to purchase, and I'm good. Like, it is so easy.
Sure.
Yeah, and troubleshooting stuff on the PC is the worst for me. So, like, tell us all the answers, Paul.
Sure. Okay. So first of all, what determines whether a game runs well on PC or not? A lot of it has to do actually with just how well optimized it is for different like configurations of PCs. This is why if you're looking at AAA games, you'll probably be surprised that the new Call of Duty you might be able to run on something quite a bit older than maybe like a new indie game, just because of like the amount of money and time and people working on troubleshooting and support for different systems just makes it a thing that reaches a wider audience. That being said, I think I remember people saying they had troubles with Hyperdimension Neptunia before as well. It might just be a bad port. I'm not actually sure. I don't have it, and I don't really play those games. But
see, that's another thing I don't like. Is this a problem with my computer,
or the people that made it,
or is this something wrong with the game?
Yeah.
Like, because that sucks too.
Yeah.
And I don't have an issue with that on the consoles because there's never a problem with my console.
Yeah.
It's always, if there's a problem, it's on the game side. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Like the best way I can just put this for time constraints and like, because we're doing a podcast and all that sort of stuff, is you are going to have to Google a lot, get used to seeing this, like, just kind of getting an idea of in your head of how a certain card runs and works and stuff like that compared to other ones. This can you like a lot of PC gamers and stuff will watch people like say Total Biscuit or PC gaming channels on YouTube and then kind of like be able to see what higher end systems can do or like look at specs and see like what the difference will be between different cards and stuff like that. At this point, it's almost negligible for stuff that it sounds like you want to play, like Hyperdimension Neptunia should run on a lot of different stuff. So it's a little strange to me that it doesn't, because that's pretty old. You're going to have to use Google a lot. You're going to have to read Reddit probably quite a bit. And the best way to compare, depending if you have like NVIDIA or AMD or whatever, like just look up this card versus this card that you heard about on the other side. See like what the professional like reviewers that review that type of stuff, like they'll usually do a pro and con list and kind of show like the performance ratings between the two in a graph, so you can see like where one would be a little bit better than the other. If you just want like a basic suggestion because you're like, well, maybe my computer's a bit older and I should upgrade, you're going to want a very minimum of 8 gigs of RAM. You're going to want probably an NVIDIA card that is at least a 700 series or higher at this point, I would assume. And the way those work, just as a basic thing too, the first number is the series, and the second number is kind of like the quality in that series. So like a 780 is a better than a 760, but like an 860 is like a newer version of a 760 sort of thing, like, but it'll be a little bit better. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. You just get used to it after a while. Google's your friend. Message boards, asking people that you trust. Don't just ask random people, because people like to troll you and they're elitist assholes on the internet.
So this is, listening to all this, this is my problem. This sounds like so much work. Like so much work, which sucks.
If you like tinkering with stuff, like this is part of the hobby,
I totally
right?
get that I totally get that there's people that they want to do all this. They love knowing, you know, this is the max I got. I'm running everything perfectly. I've got these parts.
Yeah.
But getting into it, if you're not that person, this is almost impossible. Like, I play games a ton, and I don't even want to touch this stuff, which is a bummer. Which is why, you know, people give Apple a lot of shit, but they typically they have so few products that it's easy to pick. Like, if I want the Apple phone, I know which one to get. I'm getting the iPhone. Yeah. And then I know this is the new one. This one's 1 year old. This one's 2 year old.
Or like, this is the one I can afford. Like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas like, I haven't looked into Android, but I know there's a million of those. Exactly. So if I was going to do that, it'd be a lot more research of like, okay, do I want this one or do I want this one? Whereas Apple, I have 3 options. And again, I know there's people that want to get way into it, but there is definitely something to be said for making it easy. Like,
I
for
agree.
sure.
Like, consumer friendly, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, what I did when I was running into some issues with you is I straight up just said, what would you get? I don't want the best, but I want to be able to play for a few years. And then you just gave me some straight up recommendations, which, and because I don't want to get that deep into it, if I was upgrading, I would have probably just bought anything you had pointed out.
Sure.
I didn't end up upgrading my PC because I found some workarounds, but at this point, I just like, I'll pay a bit more just to not have to do that error. And which brings up another topic. Like, this gets me excited for like Steam machines.
Sure.
Like, I would just love for them to be like, hey, we are saying that everything in this box is good. You'll be able to play like these games. It should last you like, you know, reasonably this many years going forward. Like, that would be so much easier for me. Like, that just seems so nice. I want that to be a thing. I
mean, you're not the only one, which is why they've talked about making it. And
that gets me excited. I'm definitely in that demographic.
Just as a complete, like, on a related note, if you have specific problems and you want some advice, hit me up on Twitter. I'll see if I can help you out a little bit or whatever. It might not be like right away or anything, but if you have specific questions that you just can't find an answer to, might be able to at least point you in the right spot to start your search. So go ahead and do that.
There's a few people in the chat that are recommending some NeoGAF threads on building PCs that get updated regularly.
Sure.
There's also people saying that they despise NeoGAF on our chat. That might be somewhere we're looking into. Maybe you have some luck on NeoGAF.
Yeah. Hit us up. I'll see if I can help you like off air a little bit more if you really need it or whatnot. So.
All right, and last two are from the same guy. This is you.
Are they really? Oh yeah, they are. Okay, Happy Yabanero, I guess. Given that weird canon question last week, what's your most memorable question from the podcast? I mean, right now it's that, for sure.
It's that one. I was trying to think of some. Most of my memorable moments from the podcast aren't the email questions, unfortunately.
Right.
Like when I think back, I think of like our like pizza sauce versus cheese conversation.
For sure.
Yeah, teams. I game boat from way in the past. I really like that canon one. We got. I always really like when people send in questions about like school coming up. I think that's usually pretty funny and fun. I think at one point someone asked for relationship advice, which was also pretty comical. So I typically really like just the weird ones where they're just like, well, I'm curious what the TDP hosts think about this topic.
Sure.
Those are usually pretty good, and I feel like they spark more jokes.
Yeah, I agree. I'll just get his last one here. What game setting would work well in a different playstyle, like changing an FPS to a platformer style game? That actually happened with Duke Nukem, where they changed that from a platformer to an FPS. So there you go.
Sure. Game setting. Okay, so we're gonna think of a game that we want to change the genre, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Rocket League is coming to mind, and that was great.
Mm-hmm. What would you change that to?
No, I'm just saying like that's the result of a change. They took a racing game and put it into sports, and that was a great result. That's not my answer. I feel like you could do a ton with like Overwatch. Like I could see that being like an MMO or even just like an action game.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
That would be really cool.
Yep. I would love an MMO on Overwatch, which is what it was originally going to be. But like, I really like those characters. I'd like to see actually just more Overwatch stuff that isn't the shooter. Just
you need to watch those animations, those shorts.
I've seen all of them except the Bastion one.
Oh, okay.
It's John that has to watch all of them, and he's gonna fucking love them. I think they're so good.
Sure. I feel like there'd be some cool games that you could just turn into like an adventure game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Like Resident Evil could easily be an adventure game.
Yep. Telltale's Resident Evil.
Sure.
AKA the moment they grab me by the balls and force me to finally buy a game of theirs.
Yeah, I could almost argue that's The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Because they just with more guns, I guess, and just more silly.
Yeah, no, it totally is The Walking Dead.
Yeah. They did that with Borderlands right there. They did that exact thing already. I'm gonna stick with my Overwatch question. I don't got anything else.
Yeah, it's good. That was good.
Okay, if people want to send in questions, where can they do that, Paul?
topdownperspective@gmail.com, TDP Podcast on Twitter, facebook.com/topdownperspective, and John's P.O. Box. That's how you do it. And that's how I'm going to fill some air while Sean finishes blowing his nose.
Let's do the games of the week.
Moving
again.
Yeah.
This is hard. I'm gonna give it to Hidden Game My Mom, because that was a really exciting like hour.
Okay.
And I hope you play that game and report back next week.
Yeah, I will for sure.
Okay, good. All right, we'll see you guys all next week. Thave you guys all.
Bye, all.
Bye.